Charlestown, Boston, a neighborhood where bank robbery is a way of life, where loyalty means everything, and escape is nearly impossible. Welcome to Plot Unboxed. Today, we're breaking down every layer of this modern crime classic, The Town, Ben Affleck's gripping crime thriller about thieves, the FBI, and one man's desperate shot at redemption. Doug MacRay, Ben Affleck, and his crew, James Jim Coughlin, Jeremy Renner, Albert Glonzy Mac Glone, and Desmond Des Eldon, have spent their lives in the shadows, pulling off carefully planned heists. But their latest job takes an unexpected turn when they rob a bank and take Claire Kesey, Rebecca Hall, the manager, hostage. Though they release her unharmed, Claire is traumatized by the ordeal. Soon after, Doug realizes something dangerous. Claire lives in their neighborhood. Fearing that she might identify them to the police, Doug starts following her. But what begins as surveillance soon turns into something unexpected. Doug falls for Claire. He hides his true identity and the fact that he was the one behind the mask during the robbery. As their romance grows, Doug starts dreaming of a different life, one away from crime, one where he and Claire can escape Charlestown together. As Doug opens up to Claire, he reveals pieces of his troubled past, his long-lost mother, who he believes abandoned him for a new life in Florida, and his missed opportunity to become a professional hockey player, a dream he sacrificed to follow in his father's criminal footsteps. Claire, in turn, confesses something that sends a chill down Doug's spine. She saw a distinctive tattoo on one of the robbers, which means she could identify Jim and send them all to prison. Doug knows that if Jim finds out Claire is a witness, he won't hesitate to kill her. To keep her safe, Doug convinces Claire that the authorities cannot protect her, and she chooses not to go to the police. Meanwhile, when Claire is harassed by a local Dominican thug, Doug enlists Jim for a favor that can never be spoken of. Together, they violently beat up the offenders. Jim, not knowing the real reason behind it, simply enjoys the chaos. Meanwhile, FBI agent Adam Frawley, Jon Hamm, is closing in on Doug's crew. Through careful investigation, he discovers that one of the gang members, Des, had innate knowledge of telecom systems, and when he cross-checks telecom workers with sick leave records, he finds a pattern. Des had taken time off on the exact days of major bank robberies in Boston. Frawley is relentless, determined to bring down Doug's crew. He soon finds their link to local crime boss Fergie Colm, Pete Postlethwaite, the man who controls much of Charlestown's underworld. Fergie, who has been exploiting Doug's skills for years, has another big heist planned for the crew, and there's no backing out. However, when the gang's next robbery in Boston's North End goes wrong, they barely escape with their lives. Frawley interrogates them, but fails to get any confessions. Now, Doug sees only one way forward. He asks Claire to run away with him, and she agrees. But before they can leave, Frawley wiretaps Claire's phone and forces her to cooperate, threatening to prosecute her as an accomplice. When Claire realizes that the man she loves was one of her assailants, she is devastated. Feeling betrayed, she ends things with Doug. Meanwhile, Fergie and Jim refuse to let Doug walk away. Fergie delivers a chilling ultimatum. If Doug doesn't go through with the next heist, Claire will be killed. He also reveals a horrifying truth. Doug's mother never abandoned him. Fergie turned her into a drug addict, leading to her suicide. This revelation shatters Doug, but with Claire's life at stake, he is forced to agree to the final job. The crew prepares for their most ambitious heist yet, robbing Fenway Park, stealing $3.5 million in gate cash while disguised as Boston police officers. Their plan is almost perfect, and they are moments away from escaping in an ambulance, disguised as paramedics. But there's a problem. Doug's ex-girlfriend Krista, Blake Lively, who is also Jim's sister, betrays him. Heartbroken and pressured by Frawley, she leaks just enough information for the FBI to surround Fenway before the gang can escape. Chaos erupts. Bullets fly. Des and Glonzy are killed in a brutal firefight with FBI SWAT. Jim, knowing that he will never return to prison, chooses to go out in a blaze of glory. He charges out, guns blazing, but with no ammunition left, he is gunned down by the FBI. With the crew dead and the FBI closing in, Doug has one last mission: to eliminate Fergie before he can hurt Claire. Doug storms Fergie's shop, killing both him and his bodyguard in cold blood. Knowing the FBI is watching Claire's apartment, Doug calls her from across the street. At first, it seems like she is going to betray him. But in a last-minute act of love, she gives him a coded message, warning him to stay away. Doug understands and disappears. Dressed as an MBTA worker, Doug escapes on a train, leaving behind a note on Frawley's car reading. Later, while gardening, Claire finds a buried bag of stolen money, a tangerine, and a note from Doug. It suggests that he left the money for her to do some good with it. Taking his final wish to heart, she donates it to renovate the ice hockey arena where Doug once played, in memory of his mother. The Town is more than just a heist movie. It's a story of redemption, loyalty, and the struggle to escape one's past. Doug wanted a better life, but in the end, he had to leave behind everyone he cared about to get it. What do you think? Did Doug deserve his freedom, or should he have faced justice? Let's discuss in the comments.